I'm gonna try something different and hold the mic this time before I drop it. No, I wouldn't drop this mic. No, it's not like made of gold or something, but you know what I mean. So, moving on from the morbidity of the last video, I promised on my Facebook wall that a certain video will be coming to TCB. For those who don't know, I'll remind you again, TCB is Tony Could Have Been. It's gonna catch on. Just watch. This is why online game streaming is not gonna happen. I think we all realize this. If Google Stadia, with one of the worst launches, day one launch, one of the worst launches in anything directly or indirectly related to video games, the worst launch in video game history. They did not provide the features that they advertised on day one that were supposed to be there on day one. So basically they lied. I mean, they might have not have intentionally lied, but as a consumer, what else are you supposed to assume? You pay this money for an overpriced controller just to play games that are being sold at full. I'm not even gonna get into this Google Stadia thing right now, because as far as I'm concerned, that's over. It's not gonna take off. I'm sorry. What does concern me is, so Nvidia, the graphics card company, typically I think they're known for that. They're trying their own online game streaming service, but what's unique about this is it's letting you play games you already own without paying for them again, specifically more along the PC side in terms of Steam. And like you could play like I don't know, like StarCraft or something on your iPad. You could play it on your phone, and because you bought it before, you don't have to pay for it again. Well, once again, before we're so rudely interrupted, you don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. That's a whole other can of worms. Just like I said before, a whole another can of worms. Anyway, as I was saying, here at TCB, yeah, Tony Could Have Been here, and so anyway, the thing with Nvidia GeForce was so basically you were paying for a service that will let you play games you already own on your phone, your tablet, even a smart TV, basically anything that could stream the internet. Well, you know, mostly everything by today's standards. But something interesting happened. So the problem with this comparison is that Netflix is about movies, Nvidia's GeForce was supposed to be about video games. But movies and video games are two different entities. And the case being that for example, I'll give you an example, Activision Blizzard, or you know, in the past it was just known as Blizzard before they got bought out, they started pulling some of the games from Nvidia GeForce. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, they're not taking anything away from the consumer. The consumer already bought the games, I understand, but they never bought the right to play that game on Nvidia GeForce until they started paying for Nvidia GeForce. So if they don't have to pay for Nvidia GeForce, obviously they're not going to get the product of streaming games on other devices, regardless of system requirements, more importantly. So when Blizzard did that, they pulled, you know, everyone knows Blizzard, Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, Overwatch, Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. But Beth's, I always get his name wrong. Bethesda, I think I said it right now. But anyway, you know that company. They did Fallout. I think they did some of the Elder Scrolls and Skyrim too. But anyway, they pulled out as well. So this sort of looks like game streaming by a service like Netflix or multiple services isn't gonna happen. And the main reason behind that is that video games retain their value more than movies, in my opinion. Nvidia was supposed to be, potentially, of course, the Netflix of online gaming, game streaming. But video games are sort of more, in my opinion, they're sort of more concerned about profit than the actual art of the game. Unlike in movies where, sometimes art can correlate with success. Blizzard and Bethesda wanted a piece of that Netflix of video games. They wanted a piece of that pie because they know there's a demand for this. There's a lot of money to be made, and because these two major companies pulled out of Nvidia's GeForce service, I don't think it's gonna happen. To be honest, I don't really care what happens because I'm just some PlayStation streamer, not even a real streamer yet. But we're gonna make it happen. Here at TCB, we set high standards for ourselves. All right, guys. That's it for that. Still doing the fishing. Maybe like one more week. I think that should be it. I grossly overestimated the number of ranks I could surpass in one day, and I'm about a half a day to a day and a half behind right now. I'll get it. I'll get my piece of the pie. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.